Welcome to Investing in IP with Dave. So I came across this Vlad TV interview where he was talking to Johnny Gill, one of the New Edition members, and again, Vlad brings up hey, wasn't it a trademark issue with the term New Edition, and somebody didn't let you guys use it, and it caused a rift or whatever the case may be. And Johnny Gill is saying, hey, no, I owned it, which again, to me is interesting. If you have a group of 5, 6 members and one person is saying, hey, no, I own a mark. But again, we'll check it out, see what he has to say. I think this is a good learning moment because it's going to show you how valuable IP is, as well as why you need to not only do good business, but have your business buttoned up at the beginning. Because I think this trademark situation cost the members of New Edition millions of dollars, which I'll get into. Again, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Dave. I've been in this IP space for 8 years, dealing with patents, trademarks, various forms of intellectual property. I'm an IP attorney. I should have said that earlier. And again, we're going to review this video and see what Johnny Gill, JG is what they call him, what he has to say about this trademark dispute. So let's go.
After that, wasn't there supposed to be a tour, but it got canceled due to some trademark issues or something? And that's when the Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike thing had to come together because someone owed the copyright or trademark and they wouldn't let you.
And this is actually interesting because I remember, if you guys remember that time, 2017, when their docu-series or mini-series, whatever you call it, came out, which I thought was phenomenal, a 3-part series. I remember watching a Breakfast Club and those 3 members, Rocky, and I don't know these guys' name, Michael Bivens, Ronnie DeVoe, and I forget the other name. They were torn as a group with just the 3 of them trying to take advantage of the buzz that they had from the miniseries. And Travis and Johnny Gill, Ralph and Johnny Gill wasn't included in the on the tour. And this video sheds more light on that. But I do remember, back in 2017, 2018, or whenever it was, when after the miniseries dropped, that the guys were trying to go on tour, and for whatever reason they couldn't get all of the members to go on tour, so those 3 end up just going on tour. So again, let's see what he has to say about that.
To use it,
So he's saying, hey, no,
what happened? We have. I think I said this to you earlier when I just came in about our brotherhood, and that's coming full circle, and this group and our brotherhood has come full circle. In our 40 years, we have had some trials, some ups and downs. We've had some battles, internal issues that we would have and with each other. Mm-hmm. And it was no secret. But then again, yes, it was, because we never would. And I never forget, I think my lawyer might have called me and said, hey, there's do you know nobody owns the name New Edition, blah, blah, blah. And you guys should grab it before somebody gets it. And so we just
no, this is interesting. So he said his lawyer called him and said, hey, do you know if anybody owns the mark New Edition, you guys should grab it. I can tell you 100% his lawyer knew that nobody owned the trademark New Edition. So his lawyer is telling him, hey, you need to grab this thing because this thing is available, and obviously you guys can benefit from it, or you can benefit from it. And that kind of brings to another point, because you may be thinking, hold on, New Edition was around, the 80s and the 90s. Their name was never trademarked. And unlike patents and copyrights, which those forms of intellectual property last a specific time period, patents last 20 years if it's a utility patent. If it's a design patent, it's even less than that, 15 years. Copyright lasts the life of the author plus 70 years. But with the trademark, and this is why this stuff is so valuable, particularly a trademark, it lasts forever as long as you're using it. Now, you can't trademark something and then sit on it, unlike maybe a domain name where you can actually pay for a domain name and just sit on it forever. With a trademark, as long as you're using it and paying the maintenance fees and things like that, it lasts forever. So I would imagine that at some point, New Edition, they had their issues. They weren't making money, touring, doing different things, selling merchandise, and somebody let that mark go. So I would imagine, if I had to guess, that originally they owned New Edition. Whoever signed the group New Edition, whether it's MCA Records or whoever, they owned the trademark New Edition. But then they let it go, probably because it wasn't making them any money. Because again, you have to pay maintenance fees, and the longer you keep something, the more expensive the maintenance fees are. So they're probably like, hey man, I'm not paying maintenance fees for this stuff. So then they let the New Edition trademark go. And now, fast forward, I think it was 2013 when he didn't get a time period. I looked it up beforehand, but his attorney is calling him and saying, hey, essentially, this New Edition trademark is available and you need to get it. So let's go. Let's see what he's talking about.
Let's just put it in a couple of you guys' name, and then, you guys can deal with that. And I said, yeah. I said, but then just put it in me and Ralph's name, and then we'll talk to the.
Now, this is interesting. If it's, 5 or 6 of you guys in a group, and your attorney's like, hey, you need to grab this thing. And he's like, hey, man, no, just put it in me and my man Ralph's name, and we'll figure the stuff out with the other guys later. That could come off as, hold on, some shady business, what's going on. But I would have to say, man, these guys been through thick and thin over that time period that they've been together as group members, as friends, as family. And I'm pretty sure he maybe know his guys better than I do. But man, I can tell you what, if I'm in a group and somebody is not coming to me and saying, hey, we got this mark available, let's try to get it protected, get a trademark. And instead he does it in his own company name with him and another one of the group members. It seems like they're trying to undercut us. But let's see what he says about it.
Guys, and the reason why I did that was because we had, and the guys will tell you even to this day now, that I said before everybody puts their names on this and have, which we know belongs to everybody.
Yeah, all 6 people.
Here's what I think we need to do that covers everybody. Let's do an agreement amongst all 6 of us. So no one individual can use the name, that it will always be us.
So he's saying, look, let's put together an agreement outlining the terms of use of the mark before I give all you guys ownership of the mark. It's not going to be, no Temptations thing where it's 2-3 different groups going on towards the name Temptations. We're not going to have that. Let's outline these set of terms and conditions in which we can use the trademark New Edition. And once we agree on that, once we sign on the dotted line, then everybody will have the ability to own a share of New Edition in the revenue streams that come in as a result of owning the word New Edition. So let's go.
Collectively.
Okay. So if one person doesn't join the tour, then you can't be New Edition? Is that kind of what it means?
Right. So it just means that, yeah, no one person can go out and say that, how you have 4 sets of the Temptations, 3 sets of these groups. They would have their own little Temptation review. It's all that stuff. It was like,
you want to keep it.
It always, absolutely. Yeah. So I said, let's put that put that agreement in place before and get everybody to agree to that, to sign up, so that we'll always uphold this level and the integrity and the value of this group called New Edition.
Okay.
It turned into all hell.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, I would agree with the group members. Hold on, you didn't. If you came to me with this idea, Tom, but you own the word the trademark New Edition, and this is all of our group, man. Look, I ain't trying to hear it. At least at the beginning, I'm gonna hear him out eventually. But I would imagine if I would understand all hell breaking loose in that situation. Given I'm assuming how you approach them, saying, hey, I own this New Edition, but before I give ownership to you all, let's agree on these terms. I can understand why hell broke loose in that situation. But let's see if it all got worked out.
The fact that it's like, and they trying to take the name. It was like, we're going, what the hell, trying to take the name? No. We're trying to make sure we protect
the name.
The name. Protect it.
So are you guys now touring as New Edition?
Yeah.
Okay, so it all got worked out.
Oh, no, absolutely. But it was always.
But at that time, you could.
So he eventually said, I think that's enough of that video. He's initially saying it all got worked out. And let me see here. I was able to do some research for you guys to see if it all got worked out here. So this is, again, if you go to the test database, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do a trademark search. Let me see if I can go back here. If you go to, just type in, if you type in Google, for example, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a trademark search, and type in test, which is the USPTO trademark database. Go to a basic wordmark search if you're trying to search a word to see if it's available. Type in New Edition. I'm only just gonna click on the live. I don't want the live in the dead marks. And so we're going New Edition here. So this is new edition, the goods and services, entertainment services. So it's a mark that's used in entertainment services. You can tell 2013, that's when he filed for the trademark. So it seems like it was available before then. That's when so I'm assuming that's when the attorney called him sometime early 2013 and said, hey, let's file a trademark on it. If you go down to the owners, indeed, it's Johnny Gill and Ralph Trasvant. So again, at least that part of the story holds up. He's saying, hey, told my attorney, just put it in me and Ralph's name and we're going to figure everything else out later. And it seems like they, filed for the trademark. It's a live mark, so it's good to go. They own they own the mark. So let me go to one more thing, because he said that, hey, no, everything is figured out. We got the agreement in place. Everything is straight. So let's see if that's the case. Is Johnny Gill telling the truth? Is the situation resolved and everybody's happy? Let's see. So let me go here. That's not what I want. Let me share this screen. Case view. Here we go. So now we're rolling in the dough. So this is an assignment that was filed. The assignment cover sheet, trademark assignment cover sheet. Again, this is USPTO. You can send a conveying party data. Got Johnny Gill and Ralph Trasvant as individuals on January execution date. This was January of 2021. They filed this assignment with the USPTO, and the receiving party is Robert Brown, Bobby Brown, Ronald DeVoe, Ricardo Bell, Michael Bivens, and then Ralph and Johnny Gill. So he was telling the truth. He said, hey, we got to resolve, and everybody's happy, and it seems like he made the group whole. So it seemed like Johnny Gill, he made good on his word, and he essentially gave everybody ownership of the trademark new edition, so that the revenue streams and them being able to tour and things like that, and the money brought in from it, everybody can eat off that. Let me stop sharing my screen, or at least remove that. And the important thing about this is I had a call maybe a number of years ago where somebody, and this is going to illustrate the point of why it's important to have the trademark in everybody's name, not just one person name, or you can have it in a company name and all the members own a company. I had a situation where, it was somebody called me, say 2 or 3 years ago, and they said, hey, I was longer than this, maybe 4 years ago. They said, hey, we got into a issue with our, they had a company. I'm not sure what the company was selling, but they had this trademark. But the trademark was in one person of the company name. So they had a company and say it was 3 members of this company. But as opposed to the trademark being owned by all 3 members, or being owned by the company, which is in turn owned by all 3 members, the trademark was only owned by one individual. So I'm pretty sure you can see where I'm going with this. So now the company, the members, they're, at odds, and they essentially break off. So he's calling me up and saying, hey, can we use this trademark? I'm saying, well, who owns the trademark? He's telling me the situation that they had a company, and that they essentially broke off and broke away, and they're him and the other member were gonna do their own thing. They wanted to see if they can use the trademark without being sued. I'm like, who owns the trademark? And as opposed to him saying the company owns it, and as opposed to him saying all 3 of us owns it, he's saying, well, the guy that we don't mess with anymore owns it. Well, if you guys use the trademark, you guys are going to get sued, because you guys don't own the trademark. This is why Michael Bivens and those guys were upset at Johnny Gill, because now they can't do anything. They can't go out and travel his new edition and do these different things, because they are at risk of being sued by Johnny Gill and Ralph Trasvant. So again, ownership of this IP is extremely important. It obviously is going to allow you to make money, but stop from being sued. So in that situation, I had to tell that guy over the phone, like, hey man, you guys have to essentially rebrand or come up with another trademark name or name to use, because if you guys use the mark that this guy owns that was associated with the company that you guys broke away from, you guys are going to get sued. It's just kind of simple as that. So but I think, going back to my point of how this cost New Edition a lot of money, in my opinion, Johnny Gill should have had that conversation a lot earlier. So I'm assuming that, again, the miniseries came out in 2017. He filed for the trademark in 2013. I'm assuming he didn't have a conversation with those guys until 2017, around that time, which now they're arguing about who owns the trademark. And if you dig deeper, I did. I dug deeper, and I just didn't bring it up because it maybe wasn't as relevant. But those guys filed to cancel the trademark, no addition with the USPTO, because they were so pissed off at that time. And they should have been all trying to collectively come together and say, hey, man, we just had a hit miniseries. Let's really take advantage of this thing. Let's go touring. Let's sell merch. Let's do all this stuff. But they couldn't do that because they were at odds, battling, fighting with each other, which I think they lost out on a lot of money as a result of that. So in my opinion, Johnny Gill should have brought this situation to these guys back in 2013, or at least when he got the trademark, when the trademark was registered, maybe in 13 or 14, so that they had all the issues resolved when 2017 came around. So then again, 2017 comes around, the miniseries comes out, they everything is going good, it's a hit, and they can just pick right up, go on tour, sell merchandise, maybe do TV show, whatever the case may be, and really took advantage of that moment and made tons of money as a result of it. But they couldn't do that because they were fighting amongst each other. So in my opinion, I think that again, Johnny Gill should have did this or brought this to these guys sooner, this issue of the trademark, and trying to resolve this by signing this agreement of, hey, this is the terms in which we can use it. I think they would all benefited as a result of it. But again, nonetheless, I'm glad that these guys got it worked out at the end of the day, and hopefully they can still make some money off this going forward. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. Please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you guys did, and be on the lookout for the next video. All right, peace.